Hey everyone, Andrew here with Nashville Severe Weather, and just thought, come on, just here for a little bit. Our policy is to go live when we have severe thunderstorm or tornado warnings in effect, and we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Williamson County. And so let me show you what's going on with this. All right, so here's your polygon here. It includes most of Williamson County. And this is sort of a kind of a lower end severe thunderstorm warning, a base level severe thunderstorm warning as they come. They come in several different levels. This is kind of a base one. And really, what they're looking at here is they're in this cluster, this messy cluster of thunderstorms over Williamson County. They are seeing some potential for some what they call wet microbursts. And basically, these are thunderstorms that we've been talking about producing a lot of rain and having a lot of moisture available with them. And that water loaded storm can, when it collapses, can just come down and really produce a lot of wind when it reaches the ground and that cold air loft. So essentially the concern here is the potential for 60 mile per hour wind gusts across Williamson County as these storms go up and begin to collapse. Parts of them collapse. So that's what the concern is there. It's right now we don't see a lot of evidence of that happening at this moment. Going around looking at a couple of different radars here. This is TBNA. TBNA's in Nolensville has a good read on this storm. Going back a little bit, we see some strong winds, and y'all have mentioned in some of our reports that you've had some strong winds and blown over some things in your yard, stuff like that. But we don't see evidence on radar yet of the 58, 60 mile per hour winds that would start doing damage. And so strong winds are sort of normal with summertime thunderstorms. But as far as producing damage to your property, we're not seeing those 60 mile per hour winds on radar yet. Now, that doesn't mean they're not happening. They very well could be. And sometimes radar has a little trouble seeing those kind of real small scale strong winds. But right now, I don't see any blues. A lot of times when we get our wind events, we get these bright blue colors that show up on the radar here in our velocities. Not seeing that. Everything's green. And so hopefully these things, as they are, they're producing a lot of lightning. They're loud. They're producing a lot of rain. They're producing some hail. But the hail so far has been very small and has not been large, certainly not large enough to do any damage. And I just had my new roof installed 2 days ago. So from hail damage, we don't need any more hail in Williamson County. We've had enough of that for this year for sure. But we're not seeing any hail problems with this one. It's mostly just a wind threat as it collapses. That's possible. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. And I know we'll have some other folks to join us here as Will is sending out the link to our stream here. But just wanted to jump on for a minute and give you an update on what this warning is down there in Williamson County. Again, it includes Franklin. It includes Cool Springs. All the way over here, the new part of the storm has sort of been born over here around. That's going to be Wilson Pike. This is Clovercroft Road on the east side of the warning here. Kind of a new part of the storm has gone up and is pretty angry over there. That's like around Burke Hollow and Molly Hollow, and what's the other one over there? You got Molly Hollow Road, Warren Hollow Road, Wilson Pike, Clovercroft. Anyway, over in that eastern part of the county, new part of the storm going up there. So it's going to be loud. Going to be got a lot of rain with it. It's not moving a whole lot. So a lot of rain, a little bit of hail, and maybe some wind. And that's about it. We don't have tornado concerns today. It's just these storms that are kind of getting going. And let's put them in motion here so you can kind of see what's going on. You kind of see how they and see actually what's happening. What I noticed here is there's an outflow boundary that's rushing out from under these storms. And so let me kind of show you here at the cursor right here from Bellevue over to Creve Hall down to Nolensville. heading over towards Smyrna and Antioch. But this line right here is an outflow boundary. See how it kind of is moving north up 65 and up Hillsborough Road and toward Bellevue. You see that line right there? That's an outflow boundary. That is going to act to produce more storms. All right. So as that outflow boundary moves up 65 up into Davidson County, which it is right now, that's going to act to produce more storms. In fact, a new storm being born right there in the south parts of Brentwood, right around Brent Haven, up toward the Brentwood Library and the WSM Tower. So the Concord Road exit there. We're kind of looking up in the storm here at about 14,000 feet. Big old downpour right over Brent Haven that is just now starting to come down. Yeah, see you there. It grew in the last scan. So Brentwood getting in on some rain. So as this outflow boundary moves north, we're going to see more storms being born all the way up here through Brentwood, Creve Hall, Forest Hills, Antioch, and up into the more populated areas of Davidson County over the next hour or so. So we'll just have to see how the Weather Service handles these. This was sort of a marginal severe warning, severe thunderstorm warning. It didn't, it wasn't a cut and dry like, as far as like really strong winds. This wasn't a situation like that. This storm is kind of marginal as far as the winds go. They're going to be strong, but you got to have kind of 60 mile per hour wind threshold there for them to be considered severe. So that's kind of where we are. I'll check with the Weather Service here, see what the Weather Service is saying. I haven't checked in with them since they issued this. Let me look. Yeah, they're acknowledging some of the they are acknowledging some of the reports that we've been getting. Some dime size hail in Franklin. Again, for hail, it has to be quarter size to be considered severe, and some gusty winds, quote unquote, blowing around loose objects. So that's the good sign. There is we don't seem to be getting reports of severe winds bringing big trees down, stuff like that. We're not seeing reports, and I think they're about to give us another update here as well. The core of these storms is definitely moving north, so it could well be that they have to make a decision here on what to do with this warning, because the core of these storms, which used to be down in southern Williamson County, is clearly moving north toward Brentwood, and it looks like they are letting the warning end for now. So the warning expires at 1:15. It goes away here in a couple of minutes. They're going to let that go, and they're going to not deal with not issue another warning as this moves up. So they are saying that some gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour could push into Davidson County, but again, it's just not hitting that 60 mile per hour threshold that we need to see severe warnings being issued. So good sign. All this is good all around. It's good. We're getting some rain out of it. We are cooling things off a little bit, making them even more steamy. But we don't seem to be getting severe weather out of it, which is good news. So let's, as this warning expires here in the next minute or so, let's kind of go up and take a wide view and see what's going on. We got this little arc of storms that has developed back around the Tennessee River, Hickman County, Williamson County, and then down into Marshall County and Lincoln County. And so as these storms have formed, you sort of see how they formed there. And they do definitely seem to be moving north. Looks like a new storm going up on the south side of Percy Priest Lake, or right around the Hobson Pike Bridge. All right, that's a new storm going up there. So big downpour coming for Percy Priest Lake. So that's just starting to happen. And if we go up in the atmosphere here, you can see a big old core, big old water balloon forming there. And as this outflow boundary gets up under that storm, this thing's going to grow fast. So there's going to be a lot of lightning, On Percy Priest, there's going to be some gusty winds. There's going to be some heavy rain, maybe even some small hail. I can tell you that's going to happen here in the next probably 15, 20 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes on Percy Priest. So if you know anybody out there, give them a holler. Say, hey, you need to clear off the lake. Lightning is a big problem on lakes like Percy Priest, and we don't need any issues with that. So, yeah, if you know anybody out on Percy Priest, big storm developing there, and that's going to be messy to be on the lake in here in about 5 minutes. So that's going to start downpouring here soon. Warning is gone. All right, so we still got some rain out there. We got some lightning. My family was going to the pool here a little bit ago, and that got cut short for obvious reasons with the lightning and all that coming in. So that's just kind of the rule of thumb today. It's a summer day. We're going to get these storms, and they're going to go up. They're going to come down. They're going to cause lightning delays. They're going to get you out of the pool. But right now, we don't see any severe threat at the moment. But maybe some 40, 50 mile per hour winds as this gets up into Davidson County. All right, hey, we're going to handle this over on socials. We will jump back on if we need to, but I don't see the need now to just keep going and talking about this. These are just sort of your garden variety summertime thunderstorms. And I'll take those cool things off a little bit and give our crispy yards a little water.